problem that puzzles my brain. At Christmas time it nearly drives me insane. I've asked all the policemen and postmen as well, but none of them seem to be able to tell. Does Santa Claus sleep with his whiskers over or under the sheet? Does he go to bed with them tucked in his vest? And when he sleeps, do they tickle his chest? Our lawyers and doctors and statesmen say this question's got them all beat. Does Santa Claus sleep with his whiskers over or under the sheet?
Now I can't swim a stroke, said a sailor one night, as he fell in the ocean and vanished from sight. His mate said, I can't swim, but still that's no crime, but tell me before you go down the third time. Cheat. We know that the nice girls love a sailor, and some of them love all the fleet. Whiskers over or under the sheet.
I have gone back to bed. I have so many things to do today. So many. It's my last work day for basically 2 weeks-ish for Christmas and New Year. And our flight is tomorrow. I've got so much to do. I have to pack stuff. I have to procure items. I have to do laundry. I have to pack Anwen's shit. I have to make her like a list so she can help and stuff when she gets back from cheer. But I can't. I can't. Just can't. Like, I feel like my videos, like there was like a full progression through my actual day. Like, the tone of the video starts out really grumpy and like unable to cope in the morning, and then as it like gets on and on and on, you know, closer to sort of like nighttime when I'm at my best, you know, it gets chirpier. My sign off is always like, righto! That thing last night, like thinking about it, my friend and I usually like some of the latest out, you know, like we always go from place to place to place with the group, and like the group gets smaller and smaller, and then like there's just sort of like us and a couple people left. But this time we like left before loads of people. Like, we only went to the next place, we didn't continue on to town. And like I think what happened, like my friend was maybe like a bit tired, or like a bit like, oh, she was worried that we were gonna go to like a dumb place like last time, and that people wouldn't want to go to the gay bars like we like to go to, you know. And she's like, oh, it's not gonna be very fun. I think she's a bit tired, and so I think she just sort of like dropped it out there. She was like, kind of want some like Chinese food. I kind of like, is that too early? Like, kind of go for some Chinese food. And she dropped it to the wrong girl, man. If she'd have dropped it to literally anyone else, they'd have been like, girl, it's too early, no, you can't. But because she did it to me, I was like, go. Let's go, let's both go, let's go right now. We'll get some food, we'll go home and have a snuggle. Don't drop that to me. I'm gonna be the girl who's like, snacks, always hope for snacks. I'm never gonna be that girl that's like, yeah, you know what, we've had fun, you know, and it's been a while, but we could have more fun if we just stay out instead of going home for snacks. Now I gotta go to town. I gotta get some shit. I gotta get toner for my face because I'm out. Gotta get mince pies for Karen because I'm gonna send them from home. If you've never had a mince pie, like, it's gonna change your life, so this is worth it. This is an important job. Also, I need to, I got a Waterstones gift card for my mother-in-law, and I need to spend that, like, right now, you know, bit of plain books, maybe, like, something to, like, you know, read on the journey. And then I have to come back here before lunchtime, take Maisy to Nero because I promised her, and, like, people say, oh, the dog doesn't understand, but, like, she knows, she understands, like, she's gonna be like, where are you? You said we go to the Nero, so do that. Stuff, like, I was like doing all the work stuff. I think I've done all the work stuff I need to do because it's my last work day before Christmas. And then I think I need to also do presents. I need to wrap James presents. I might try to get some easy wrapping in town. I was like watching all these videos about like wrapping. People were like getting really into it, and I was like, oh, I should try to do that, but no, like, I'm just gonna get like a bag and stick that shit in it. Also, we have to unwrap presents. Anna has to unwrap all the presents from her grandmother before we go because we're on the flight, we can't take them with us, and also she'll be able to play with them on the plane. Also, I have to meet friends for mulled wine later. They were like, can you do a mulled wine? And I was like, I'm busy. And they were like, really? And I was like, no, I'll meet you there. I saw this like GIF thing or whatever, this not GIF, it's like video on Reels or TikTok or something, where this woman was like, you know, give your present, or give your kids this gift, which is you going out, you know, like working on yourself and like having a like good time with yourself and like knowing yourself. And she was like at a party and she was like drinking and she was like, give your kids this gift of like, you know, knowing that their parents have enjoyment outside of themselves, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I really needed to see that this week, because the amount of time I've actually spent with my daughter this week versus like boozy events, like I was feeling the guilt. I was feeling the mom guilt, but that's made me feel better. Anyway, I might take her along actually. Ooh, I think she'd like that. Oh no, she's got a chair. Fuck. Okay. Shall we go over what I've got in town? Okay, are you ready? First thing. Simple face wipes and simple lotion in the travel size. I like these because a 10-hour flight, like I want to like wipe my face and consider all my life decisions roughly every hour or two, and then put on a bit of lotion. You know, like no makeup, just like, you know, fresh face. Okay. Next thing, okay, for Karen, the mince pie experience. I'm gonna, as soon as I get home, I'll send them from there. Like I felt like international shipping would just take me ages and I just wouldn't be. Anyway, okay, I've got the best ones. Plant Kitchen M&S mince pies. These are vegan, okay? I know, Karen, you know, I know you're not fully vegan, but I feel like the vegan mince pie experience is gorgeous. Okay, next thing. I was going to use my Waterstones gift card to get a book, but then realized I kind of have all the books I want at the minute, you know, as a situation. Also, I want some like quite big books and I can't read them for Christmas, like I should just get them later. Anyway, so with that instead, they've got a massive game section, okay? And what better thing to pack in my stuff to keep myself in on when, you know, happy and amused on the airplane than this. Look at that! It's kids' Cards Against Humanity. It's Cards Against Maturity, and it's a travel version. So, like, you know, where you do this game where you have one card and it says something like the first part of a sentence, you know, like one thing I always pack, you know, for a night out, and then you get 3 cards or 4 cards or whatever, and you have to pick from your cards something that ends the sentence, you know, like are some underpants or whatever, like it's supposed to be funny or whatever, but then you put it in and then the best one, like the person who makes the best sentence wins, and it's like kid ones. So this one, like the example, the first card is what came first, the chicken or, and then the 3 example cards after is Crocs with socks, Dracula's dentures, or an interrupting cow. Brilliant! Okay, and then, again, like, I always have, like, a passing look through the Switch games. See, we got it on charge. We're ready to go. Like, I don't play my Switch loads. So every once in a while I get a game, that just takes my whole life away, and I just play that game all the way down to the end for hours and hours and hours, and then don't look at my Switch again. But I was thinking for the airplane, right? We should get a good one. And I don't know if it's good. What are your thoughts? Does anyone know about this? But I found it on sale in the store. That's a good price. That's sale price. It is Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. Okay. And a little blurby thing I read online when I looked it up. It said like a mix between Animal Crossing and that other one, like Moon Valley or something Valley, Stardew Valley, like a mix of like all, like a bunch of different ones like that. Like perfect like millennial in my 30s want to have a chill out and read an audiobook and like do some farming type game. And I reckon Amma can play that one as well, because she likes a bit of like, she likes to do the people. She likes to give them different hair and like different outfits and stuff. Like success, fully successful this, and I still have £15 on my gift card that I can use when I get back from Christmas, which is a result. Where's the dog? Did I promise the dog we'd get a coffee? Did I promise? Did I promise the dog we'd get a coffee? Yeah? Okay, let's get our stuff on. We got tired of sharing our sandwich, didn't we? So we got you your own. Look at that. Maisy. Look, we got you your own. Okay, I gotta wrap some crap now. Like, I'm gonna use like random tissue paper because I don't think anyone actually cares about the wrapping, just as long as it's like on there and you can rip it off. So if it's see-through, like, Ain't nobody care about that. But when I was in town, I was in Waterstones, I was like buying some stuff. This lady came up to me, like sort of like older sort of lady, and she's like, she saw that the line was like wrapped all the way around, like I was looking at some games or whatever, and she looked at the line and she saw how long it was, and she was like, oh, can you believe there's only one person working on the till at Christmas? I got stand on this long line. And I was like, girl, I know, but there's another till upstairs and it's way less busy all the time. She's like, oh, is there really? And she ran upstairs. And then later on, like a little bit later, like, you know, a couple minutes, I was ready then and I needed to go pay. So I went upstairs as well, following my own advice. And she was there. And then I heard her sort of like talking to the guy about the books that she got. And it turns out she got Theresa May's book. And he was like, oh, I think this one is signed. And she was like, oh, is it really? Like, she was well chuffed with that. And like, part of me wants to think, you know, oh, it's a Christmas gift, you know, it's for her husband or like her neighbor who like really loves Theresa May, you know. But part of me knows deep down that's not true. That's not true. It's definitely for her. She's well chuffed with that purchase. And now I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't have told her about the secret. I should have let her wee herself in line. Do you know what I mean? I got the bitterness on me today. Also, like yesterday, okay, so like on the topic of my worst personality flaws, right? At the do yesterday, like I always say all the time, oh, I'm nothing like a Virgo. Like I'm the least Virgo-y person ever. And I feel like the pressure to live up to being a Virgo, like I'm a kind of intense, ambitious, exacting, successful sort of like, you know, type. The sort of pressure of living up to this sort of type also I hate. Do you know what I mean? So it's like naming your kid, you know, massive success. Like, oh, come here, massive success. And like, if she's not a massive success, like it's like, you know, it hits hard. You know, it hits worse than if her name was just like, you know, Rebecca. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's like that with a Virgo. Like, I feel like I don't fit this sort of like ideal Virgo type where, you know, everything has to be perfect all the time and they always get everything right and they're always like tuned in and squared away and they have a plan, everything's organized, they've got a schedule, you know, they're ambitious, they've got goals, blah blah. This kind of person. Because I'm not that kind of person. I feel like that's annoying that I'm like supposed to be that kind of person because I'm like a Virgo officially. But every once in a while, right? Every once in a while, that Virgo, she just sneaks out. She just like, hello. And I'm like, oh, girl, get back in there. Get your butt back in there. You're not supposed to come out now. This is a silliness time. This isn't a Virgo time. What are you doing, crazy girl? So last night at the do, it was a pub quiz at the dinner. I like it. Sometimes I'm amazing at a pub quiz and sometimes I'm really shit. And I don't feel like I have any problems with, you know, being shit at a pub quiz. Like sometimes you just are. Like it's a sort of a draw, you know, about whether the questions are going to be ones you know or not. And I don't have any problems losing. Like sometimes it's funny to lose or to like even be the person who's literally with the least amount of points. Like who gives a shit? It's just a quiz. But I feel like why even play if you're not gonna like actually play? Do you know what I mean? Like not, you know, take it seriously necessarily, but like put in like a bit of effort, you know, like give a mild shit about it and to allow other people to give a mild shit about it. Like I'm not gonna like report someone for using their phone. Like I don't care that much, but it's like, you know, if we're all just gonna dick about and drink and not answer any of the questions or like, you know, not really play at all, then what's the point of even having it? Anyway, okay, I'm already Virgo-y and like I'm disgusted with myself. Okay, but like our team, right, we put in our best effort. Like we put it together. I think we pulled it out of the bag. I didn't think we did too badly. Like definitely didn't win, not that kind of, you know, situation, but I thought, you know, we're definitely not going to get last. We're going to do okay. Like maybe, dare I say, you know, 3rd, 4th place. And then you have to give it to somebody else, like some other team, so that they can mark it for you. And then they go over all the answers, blah blah blah, and then the other team that's doing yours puts your score at the top or whatever. So we did ours for the other team. We sort of put theirs together, sorted it out, blah blah blah. They got an okay, you know, an okay score, like not the best, but you know, it's not too shabby. And then we get ours back from the team that graded ours, and it's like completely wrong, and you can tell it's like missing something like 20 points. So we went back to them and like, oh yeah, oh sorry, we forgot to put in your picture round thing. So it's like, okay, fine, I'll just put it in now. And still it was quite low, and I was like, that seems a bit weird. Like I thought, you know, based on where it was going, that we were going to have done better than that. So I start going through the points, and they're not right. They're not even close to right. Like I'm like adding them up. I'm like, where's the extra point for that? why is this a half a point, blah, blah, blah. And I took it back to them, okay? I went back to the table and I was like, can you explain these to me? Why is this a half a point? Why is this blah, blah, blah? And it turns out that loads of it, like, wasn't counted up or was wrong. Like, one of the answers was Paul Simon, not Simon and Garfunkel, two completely different things. They were like, oh, no, it's Simon and Garfunkel, so we gave you half a point. It's not Simon and Garfunkel, it's Paul Simon, okay? The Me and Julio song, I know that song, ground up, friend, okay? I listen to it all the time. It's definitely Paul Simon. You're wrong. We get that as a whole point. And I didn't want to be like intense or whatever, but like, what were you doing when the answers were going? Like, were you even paying attention? Like, it is not this far into the do yet. We're not even drunk yet, okay? I've had one glass of wine and I marked the other people's thing completely correctly, okay? Because why even do it if you don't care? Okay, and like the amount of points they marked us down was like significant. It was like 7 points. I think the team that won it got like 50. Do you know what I mean? And we had like 3rd place. We had like 47 points after we added on these 7 that they dicked up. Do you know what I mean? And when I went over there to sort of say something, you know, like I did it in like a sort of funny way, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like in this country you're not allowed to be assertive, you know, if you're a woman and you're not a dickhead. Do you know what I mean? So I sort of like have to pretend like it's like all a joke, you know, like I'm doing a caricature of someone who cares about things, you know, like doop, 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 stomp, you know, like, you know, to be silly about it. And still, some of the people at the table were like, oh, just give it to her. Like, you know, my God, so competitive. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, why must we always take people down a peg when they care about things? Like, we're not allowed to feel passionate about things or to excel at things. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like whenever anyone wins anything, there's always going to be one person who's like, oh, competitive, are we? And it's like, no, you're clearly the one that's competitive. The person who won, they maybe have done it on accident, which is something I do literally all the time. And I always am told that I'm competitive. And actually, I'm quite an insightful person who's honest about my flaws. Okay, and I think I'm actually not very competitive. I think I accidentally win things quite a lot. Do you know what I mean? And also, what's wrong with being competitive? Even if I was competitive, why can't I be competitive? Why can't I be a person who has passion and, you know, has enthusiasm and throws myself all the way into things? Like, it's, you know, like we're not allowed. Like, as women, we're supposed to just sort of sit in the background and let men excel at things, you know, and anytime we want to sort of like excel at literally anything, we're told that we're too competitive or that we're taking something too seriously when it's all just a game. Do you know what I mean? Like, why do we have to be like this to each other? Why can't we just chill the fuck out, okay? And ultimately, it's not about the points or the game or whatever, because I lose at that sort of thing all the time and I don't mind it. It's way more the disrespect, okay? Didn't respect me or my team enough to take our actual points and put them on the actual paper, and then you didn't respect me enough to sort of treat me like a normal person who cares about things and is allowed to care about things in this world when I went over and I asked you about it later. And that's just basically it. That's the end of this very Virgo-y rant, and now I can go back to being what I'm pretty sure is primarily a Cancer. Thank you. Hey, that's a wrap for this one. I still have to pack all my shit. I still have to pack it. Why do I do this? I'm not a person who packs with enough time to pack. Like, it's gonna end up being one of those ones again where it's like a house on fire, you know? Like, you just gotta pack all the most important shit. You gotta throw that shit in a bag real fast. You gotta go. But that's ahead. That's ahead. Also, I have to eat all the food in my fridge. And we have to open presents, so it's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. If you've gotten this far, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up with them. Tomorrow we have to fly at the absolute butt crack of dawn. Like, before then, before the butt crack. What's before the butt crack? It's the gooch. The gooch of dawn. And so I'm not sure what my uploading schedule will be like for the rest of Vlogmas. Hopefully, like, I've got it sort of figured out. I think I can keep my normal sort of uploading pattern as long as I upload after lunch at home. So, like, when we're there, as long as I upload after lunch, I should still like be uploading like the normal time that I've been uploading to. I mean, like on that, but it's like especially the day that we fly, like who knows? Who knows? Do you know what I mean? Okay, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you tomorrow.